lovies, it's Sarah. Welcome back to my channel. I have another update for you on my project pan. I will list my update from last month as well as my original video on this subject. I'll leave those down below. So go ahead and get started for you. I'm super excited because I did work through some products. The first item I want to talk to you about is the Urban Decay B6 Vitamin Infused Complexion Prep Spray. This is completely gone. I really enjoyed this. I used this to prime my skin before my makeup. It's supposed to reduce redness, minimize pores, and absorb oil. It did help a ton with redness, so I really like this. I would consider repurchasing. Item is the Hourglass Mineral Primer. This was the travel version that you can see. I've scraped the sides of everything that I could get out of it. So I am considering this done and empty. Normal skin with an oilier T-zone, and this just left my skin feeling really slick and slimy. So I put it in this project pan to use it up, and I did. The Tom Ford cream eyeshadow, I no longer have that. I sanitized it and I ended up actually trading it. We did a little bit of a trade with some of our gently used makeup. And then the gloss in Cha Cha Cha, I also put that aside to pass along. I wasn't loving it, so I'm not going to struggle through something that I don't like. Instead of throwing it away, I passed it along to moving on to some things that I haven't used, but I've made some progress through. The first one is this Loreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. I'm wearing this today. I use this every time I've worn makeup, but I've used it a lot. And I probably have about this much left. I'm going to use it a few more times, and then I'm going to depot it and put it into a use for traveling, just so that I can see how much I have left of it. I'll say this, I really enjoy this. So it hasn't been causing me a lot of trouble to use it up because I really enjoy it. It gives just a really nice flawless complexion. It's not cruelty free. So I am going to be sad to see it go, and I think I mentioned this in my last update. It's a really nice foundation, especially from the drugstore. The next item I want to talk to you about is the Complexion Concealer. I used it this morning, but I can't find it. So I don't know where it went, but I will say this, it's still going strong. It's hard to measure because the tube is kind of frosty, so you can't see in it. I will say this though, that the doe foot applicator to apply it is getting very hard, so I don't know if the actual, like, I don't want to call it fur on the doe foot applicator, but is wearing down because it really hurts and really pokes me. So if I can find some way to depot it into a little container, I'm gonna do that, because and just apply it with a brush, because the doe foot applicator is not comfortable. The item I've misplaced is the Tarte contour stick. I don't know where it went, and I apologize. I'm in the process of reorganizing my makeup room, and I don't know where that went. I don't know if it got accidentally thrown away or what, but it's missing and I no longer have it. Chanel Le Beiges. The mark that I had on it has faded away, but as you can see, there is a tiny bit right here around the edge, and then this big chunk here. I'm working through this, and I am determined to finish it all up. It's starting to spin in the pan, so I just hope that it hangs on for dear life and doesn't fall out, because I really want to use it up. As you can see, I'm doing a really nice job on that. I will say though, with a big powder brush, which is what I use to apply this product, because there is such a little bit left, I do have a really hard time picking up product with my brush. I may to it and crunch it up and put it to a powder form and use it up that way, just because, like I said, it's really hard to get out with a brush. The Benefit blush in Dallas, still working hard on this. You can see it, but there is you can see a very faint circle. So I have used quite a bit outside of that circle. I'm wearing this today for my contour. I've been using this to contour and I really like it. Again, not cruelty free, so once it's used up, it's gone, but a gorgeous product, pigmented. As you can see, I've been using this all month long and it still is going strong. Because my beauty room was a mess and I organized, and I think somebody threw away the paper that I was using to mark the pencil products. So I'm going to show you the products, talk to you about them a little bit, and then mark them in the paper in my drawer so I can use it next time. This is the Jordana 12-Hour Made to Last Continuous Almond Pencil. This is what I have left of it. I have a love-hate relationship with this. As I mentioned in my last video, it felt really dry until I sharpened it. Same thing, except now it's almost too difficult to use. So I've been putting it on my eyelid and blending out with a brush that seems to help a little bit. And then I have been using it to carve out the arch of my brows. So I am finding other ways to use this other than just on my eyelid, because it's getting to the point where it's a little too dry. I do, before I apply it on my eyelid, warm it up on the back of my hand. That seems to help. Obviously it's wasting product, so I'm working through it a little bit quicker than I had in the past, but I'm not all about tugging at my eyelids, so that's fine with me, and I would never buy one of these. They just dry out too quickly, and especially for being an eye product, like I said, I don't want to be tugging at my eyes. This MAC Pro Longwear Lip Pencil in Dynamo. This is exactly where I left it. I don't have my measuring paper, but I haven't used it at all last month. So I'll give a swatch of it. It's a very bright pink. I have to use it up because it's in this project pan. I can pair this with some of my red lipsticks and it'll transition nicely. Those are the items that are currently in my project pan. I mentioned in my last video that as I work through stuff, I'm going to keep adding stuff into it. So I'm always having about, 8 to 10 products going at once. To be adding 4 different products into. The first item I'm going to add is this deluxe sample. It's the NARS Radiance Enhancing Pro Prime Light Optimizing Primer with SPF 15. I did put a mark right there so you guys will be able to see. That's where I'm starting with. I really do enjoy this, so I don't believe it's going to be hard for me to use. I'm adding the Wet n Wild Single Shadow in Brulee. I stumbled across this when I was organizing my makeup. It's pretty brand new. You can almost see the pattern of the shadow still on it. I've been using this to set that Jordana Continuous Almond, so I thought I would add this to the project. Since I'm using that Jordana, it goes well together and it makes it usable. So adding that, I have the Tom Ford Eye Defining Pen. I found this when I was cleaning out my collection. Obviously it's not cruelty free. It's dual-ended. You're getting a brush similar to the Kat Von D on one side, which gives a nice, it's black, I don't know if I mentioned that, and you're getting a smaller, more precise. And on this side, it's really nice to get into the inner corner, so I need to use that up. The item I'm throwing in here is an e.l.f. Hypershine Gloss in the shade Bare. Just a gorgeous gold gloss. I thought this would be really pretty to put in the center of my lip looks. You can see I have marked that one as well. That is it for my update and for the new items that I'm putting into the project. If you have any questions, please leave them below. I'm hoping to be more organized with the whole measuring with the paper thing going forward, and I do want to get some of these items depotted so it's a little bit easier for me to use as we're getting down to the end. Like this video if you enjoy project pans, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.